Mickey sent me the link to this channel. Very interesting indeed, that he talks about science fiction. So I'm just going to like it and sub to his channel. So please go over to his channel and watch this video. Thank you very much to him. And he put this out a couple of years ago. Well, they did. This channel here. And what I also did was I went and just looked up Victorian science fiction. And I have to say that with everything that they had, I don't think the 1920s had moved on that much, although he explains in his video that it's a combination of Victorian and this and retro and steampunk and other eras, and you know, it's a combination of that. But if you imagine, say, from 20-30 years, not much had moved on yet. They still had Titanic and so forth like that, you know, all these other things and camera. I just don't get it. Have a look at the Victorian pictures and then see the 1920s. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Before I let the slideshow run, I thought I'd give a short introduction. While doing research for my video about pulp magazines, I became really interested in futurism in the 1920s. In case you don't know what futurism is, it's people's vision of what the future would look like from the perspective of their own time. Because we live in the time that we do, this past futurism is called retrofuturism. The 1920s style of futurism is interesting to me because it's right between the two most common forms of futurism we see today, steampunk and atompunk. I'm sure many of you already know what these are, but I'll explain anyway. Steampunk is a retrofuturistic style based on Victorian futurism, when people believed that machines would be operated with a complex series of mechanical gears. There's no electricity, everything is mechanical in some way. Atompunk, on the other hand, is based on 1950s and 1960s predictions. Everything is round, sleek, and powered by atomic energy. Futurism of the 1920s leans more towards atompunk. The aftermath of a massive, destructive war, and both carried an air of optimism for the future. The only difference is that science fiction was not as mainstream in the 20s as it was in the 50s, so it didn't quite fully develop a unique look that permeated society. A unique characteristic of futurism in this period, because they had only rose to prominence after the Victorian era and their popularity ended in the 1930s. So for the following photos, I scoured a magazine called Science and Invention that was published throughout the 1920s. This magazine predictably focused on the latest developments in science, as well as the most recent patents and inventions.